Alright, let's start with the question. The function y equal to f of x is solution of the particular differential equation in minus 1 comma 1, which satisfies f of 0 equal to 0. Then we have to find the value of this integral. Now differential equation is given in this particular format: dy by dx plus p of x times y equal to q of x. Now p of x and q of x are functions in x. The integrating factor is given as e to the power integration of p of x, and y times integrating factor equals integration of q of x times integrating factor is the solution of that particular equation. So let us find the solution of this equation. Integrating factor will be e to the power integration of p of x dx. Now in this equation p of x is this part, x upon x square minus 1. So it will be x upon x square minus 1. Now to integrate this thing, first I'll write it as this 1 minus x square. This minus will go here, and if I observe carefully, if 1 minus x square is t, and if I differentiate this, I'll get minus 2x dx equal to dt. So if I multiply this thing by 2 and divide by 2, I can see this thing becomes dt. So it will be given as integration of dt upon t, and it will be e to the power half of ln t, since integration of t 1 by t is given as ln t. Now this can be written as e to the power ln root t. We can take this as a power of t, and by using the rule of logarithm, this will be nothing but root t. We can exchange these. Now t was 1 minus x square, so our integrating factor will be root over 1 minus x square. Now let us talk about the solution of this differential equation. So it will be y times integrating factor, that means y times root 1 minus x square equal to q of x. Now this thing over here is q of x, so I'll write x raised to 4 plus 2x upon root 1 minus x square times integrating factor, which will be root 1 minus x square and integration. This will get cancelled and we'll get y times root 1 minus x square equal to integration of x square, x raised to 4 plus 2x will be x raised to 5 upon 5 plus 2x square upon 2. So it will be x square ultimately, and one constant. Now the question said that this differential equation satisfies 0 comma 0, means f of 0 equal to 0. Since we know that y is the function, we can directly put 0 comma 0 in it. So it will be zero times root 1 minus 0 equal to 0 plus 0 plus c. So basically c is equal to 0, and we can directly write it as 0. We'll simplify this a little bit. So it will be y equal to x raised to 5 upon 5 root 1 minus x square plus x square upon root 1 minus x square, and this is nothing but f of x. Now we have to integrate our function f of x from minus root 3 by 2 to plus root 3 by 2. But before integrating that, let us look up for a integration rule. The rule says that if integration of f of x dx is from minus a to plus a, then it has two results. First, when the function is odd, and second, if the function is even. If the function is odd, this thing becomes 0, and if the function is even, it becomes 2 times 0 to a f of x dx. Now let us try to integrate our function. So we have to integrate both these terms. if I see this term over here is an odd function. Now how to check that? Suppose this is the function h of x. It is x raised to 5 upon 5 times root 1 minus x square. So for a function to be an odd function, h of minus x should be minus of h of x. So see, if I say this is h of x, then h of minus x will be minus x to the power 5 upon 5 root 1 minus x square. So h of minus x is nothing but minus of h of x. So it is an odd function. Similarly, this is an even function. You can check it. So integration of odd function will be 0. And for this, we'll write it as integration of x square upon root 1 minus x square from minus root 3 by 2 to plus root 3 by 2. Now this term can be written as 0 to root 3 by 2 and 2 times x square upon root 1 minus x square, since this is an even function. Now to integrate this thing, we'll use a basic substitution. Assume that x is equal to sine theta. If I differentiate this, I'll get dx as cos theta d theta. So this whole integration will become 2 times. Now I have to change the limits. So if I put 0 in the place of x, I'll get sine theta as 0. And if I put root 3 by 2 at the place of x, I'll get it as pi by 3, since sine 60 is equal to root 3 by 2. The numerator will become x square, which is sine square theta, and denominator will become root of 1 minus sine square theta, which is root over cos square theta, and it is nothing but cos theta, times dx will get replaced by cos theta d theta. I can cancel this. This will become twice of integration of 0 to pi by 3 sine square theta d theta. Now as we know, we cannot integrate sine square theta directly, so I have to use some basic trigonometric formula which says that 1 minus cos 2 theta is equal to 2 sine square 2 theta upon 2, which is 2 sine square theta. So I can replace sine square theta by 1 minus cos theta by 2. So I can write it as 1 minus cos 2 theta upon 2 d theta. This will get cancelled. The integration of 1 will become theta, and integration of cos 2 theta will be sin 2 theta, and using chain rule divided by 2. So this is not chain rule, this is a rule of integration. And from 0 to pi by 3, if I put values, this will be pi by 3 minus sine 2 pi by 3 is nothing but root 3 by 2 upon 2. So it will be pi by 3 minus root 3 by 4, which is answer to this question. So option number B is the correct option.